Mr. Cole is the Deputy Executive Director for Administration at the National Elections Commission. He's also the Chairman for the Strategic and Communications Committee for 2023 elections at the National Elections Commission. Now, the first question, Mr. Cole, has neck dot all the I's now and cross the T's now for tomorrow. Just got a few hours, I'm sure.
Thank you very much. By the special grace of God, the commission is ready. We have deployed the materials across the country. As we speak, the personnel will be deployed at all the polling places today. And the personnel will sleep at the polling places with the materials, with the Liberian National Police and other security. And I can say our logistic operational plan, everything is in full swing. One of the challenges we had from the very get-go was to deploy it in some of the very difficult terrain. Like, for example, the counties in the southeast. By the grace of God, we're able to do that in advance, in fact. We're also able to deploy in Lofa in advance. So I can say we are set to go.
We are set to go.
Yes.
So you are saying to us that all of your deployments have been made already. You've done all your deployments.
We have done all of the deployment across the country.
That is personnel and materials.
Personnel will be deployed today at all the polling places in readiness for tomorrow. And I can say to political parties and candidates to ensure that their own agents are deployed before 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, because the commission will not be waiting for them to start, because we have a time to start, which is 8 in the morning. But before starting, you have to set up, you have to ensure that you set the ballot box in the full view of the agents. They have to be there to observe that. So it means that you don't have to wait until 8 o'clock you walk to the polling place. By 8, voting will be starting. Meaning, you have to be there like 2 hours before 8 o'clock and observe all the setting up.
You are saying this with the authority invested in you that by 8 o'clock, voting will start. We've seen before in the past, Mr. Cole, where people formed the queues, long queues, and they waited up to 3, 4, 5 hours before voting started. You're saying to us that that's not going to happen this time around?
Well, this is Himo operation. We are saying that's the time we have set, and that's the time we are working towards, and we pray to God that it will happen that way.
And you are saying also that party agents need to be there before 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, so that they can observe all of the setting up and everything that will be happening around the polling place. It's necessary that they be in place just as our staff will be in place.
Still talking about the deployment, Mr. Cole, give us an idea as to how will the two manage, what strategy did the National Elections Commission use to get your materials to those far to reach areas in rural Liberia?
You might not know so much, but let me tell you, the National Elections Commission is one institution in this country that has some of the most strategic thinkers in Liberia. Yes, we think strategically and we work hard, we work overtime because we know what is at stake here. As much as sometimes the foreign thing can come late and this and that and other thing, but we are always thinking, innovating. So when we had so many meetings thinking about, for example, how to deploy in the southeast. And one day we just said, but why can't we advertise for boats, private boats?
Boats?
Yes, to carry these materials. So that when they drop there in the counties, then we can now take them from there and manage to deploy them in the localities. Okay? And then we also decided, can we ensure that our procurement process is done in advance? And so that, because we know what is ahead of us, and by the grace of God, we did that. Let me tell you one success story. We used, for example, a Liberian entrepreneur to do the procurement for our pre-packed material, stationary material, ballot boxes, and all those other stuff. And can you imagine that Liberian guy? It's a big success story.
Wow.
He succeeded. These are things that we've been buying from. I know we've been buying from companies in Europe and other places in the past. But this time around, we say we'll deal with a Liberian guy, and because we've been dealing with him in the past and he's been succeeding bit and pieces. This time around, we say for this big one, we're going to deal with him. And he was able to bring all those items in advance. And he brought them by ships.
Wow. So you brought your people on the boats to get the materials to the sites, to the voting site.
Oh, yes. Yes. Like in Sino, they drop in Sino.
Wasn't that costly to the National Elections Commission?
Drop in Maryland, but that's part of the operation. Election operations are costly. Let me tell you, and they are massive. They are only second to military operation or war. You understand? So when you are in election, you have to be strategic. fragile person, they will move them to the front of that. Those are the people who will be given priority. Okay.
What about military personnel?
Military personnel, I don't know. If you are in your uniform, the presiding officer will use their discretion.
The journalist also wearing his jacket?
The journalist wearing his jacket. Those are not within our procedures, but the presiding officer will use.
Because I'll be doing the reason I asked this question. I'll be doing that tomorrow.
If you're an observer, I think we should be given some discretion.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, but the point I'm making is when you enter, you show your voter's card, your biometric voter's card. They will look at your face. They look at the picture on the card. They look at the picture in the book to make sure that you are the one.
Okay.
Okay. Once you are the one, they look at the ID number, compare with the ID number on the card, and then they will tick your name, and then they will send you to the ballot paper issuer. The ballot paper issuer will give you 3 ballot papers. They will give you 3 ballot papers. One for president, which is marked with red color. Another one is for the Senate, which is marked with blue. And the third one is for representative, which is green.
Okay.
It got green color on it.
Green.
Yes.
Okay.
And they will show you how the ballot should be folded. We call it pre-fold, and give it to you. All 3 to you. Then you go behind the screen. Now, we will not puncture the card. The reason we will not puncture the card, or will not blow hole in the card like we used to do with the manual system, is that card is a machine-readable card. It got biometric features on it. It also has some very sensitive security feature in it, so we cannot damage it. And besides that, that card is a permanent voter's card. We're not going to change it just now.
Okay.
We're going to go for up to 7-10 years. Of course, along the way, we'll be replacing them as they get damaged or they get lost. But the database that we have created now is a basis for us to progress into a long time data management process in the commission, where we not just be every electoral cycle we go back to square zero. No, we're going to continue on what we have established now.
Okay.
So those cards will not be perforated because they got biometric features, just like your credit card. You don't want to damage it. In the future, we could decide as a country that we are bringing a machine to read those cards, or we are bringing a verifier during election. So if you damage all the features on the card, then it becomes useless. You understand? In terms of its biometric feature.
Let me just interject a bit. So in previous cards were not like that before.
They were manual cards. They were just plastic cards with co-laminate.
Okay.
Okay. They had no biometric feature. But this ones are that one you can use a QR code and then scan it, and all your information come down.
So that on that basis, you're not holding.
Those are the basis that we will not, because they are permanent voters card. Okay. But there are so many security features, because when you finish voting, when they give you a 3 ballot, you go behind the screen and you mark your 3 ballots. You can in marking, you can decide to use your thumbprint.
Okay.
You know, where opposite the space, in the space opposite the candidate of your choice. Just once. Do not, and let me repeat this, do not mark the ballot in any way more than one time. Just one time. Any other mark on the ballot more than that one time marking, it renders it invalid.
Wow.
That means it will not count. If you are angry with somebody, don't say I will bust the person's eye. If you are angry with somebody, don't say I will put X mark in their own space. No, the X mark, in fact, is a good way of marking, because that's the way to mark the ballot. You can use any one. You can either use your thumb print, your finger, your big fingerprint, or you can do check, like when you're correcting test paper, or you can do cross line when even the same test paper, when the person runs, the way you can cross it is a correct way of marking also.
Okay.
Those 3 ways You can mark the ballot like that, but only one time, one a day you will use. Don't use two, don't use all three. Do not borrow somebody, do not curse on the ballot paper. Do not curse on the ballot paper. Do not put your signature on the ballot paper. Do not write your name or your telephone number on the ballot paper, because that means you are saying that I want to be new, because the secrecy of the ballot should be protected in that. And it's because of the secrecy of the ballot that the Elections Commission says when you go to vote, do not take picture of your ballot that you have marked already, so that later maybe some people can put it on Facebook.
Yeah, sure.
Do not do that. That is against the law.
No, but I heard that you're not allowed people, taking their phones in there.
Behind the screen.
Okay.
We don't have authority to stop Liberian people from carrying their phone around the polling place. But we are saying when you are entering that booth to mark your ballot, don't take phone there. I mean, phone that can take picture or camera. Do not take camera there. Do not take camera phone there, because we will not be there with you, and we don't want you to take picture. You understand? And I want that to be very clear, because some people are misinterpreting it to say that next day people should not carry their phone. No, we are saying that behind the booth or the screen where you're going to mark the ballot, you're not going to enter there with camera or with camera phone.
So what are you going to do as the person is going behind there to cast his or her ballot? You're going to take the phone from them, or what are you going to do?
We're not going to take the phone from them. If you have phone, we'll tell you to leave it with somebody. To leave it,
because John Brown has his phone in his hands. He's on the queue.
And that's why we are giving this information.
Okay.
Go prepare whatever you do, not to enter behind the screen with your phone. Don't enter behind the voting screen with your phone. If you can take picture, okay, or with a camera, because we don't want to encourage people putting out their voting.
There are some individuals who want to really challenge the system. If you caught someone of that nature who trying to take photo of his voting card or whatever he has done there behind the scene, when you are just announcing that nobody carries phone there, what are you going to do?
No, we are not just. We are not just. We've been saying this.
Okay. So what are you going to do if someone is caught, taking picture using his phone?
Well, let me say this: we advise Liberians to be peaceful. Election security is provided by the government. We have security people.
You turn on what to the police?
Yes. Do not do anything against the rules. Okay.
There are people who will challenge the system.
No, Liberian people are peaceful people, and we expect that they will be peaceful.
You expect that they will be peaceful. Okay, so after you, then one of the questions before I go to the continuation.
Let me just conclude the flow before you come in.
Yeah, sure.
So when you mark your 3 ballot papers, you fold them the same way the pre-folder and give to you, and you come back outside. There's another person called the ballot box controller, and that person will also be serving as inker. Inker meaning they will ink your index, and another security feature.
Okay.
The ink, we call it indelible ink. That means ink that cannot be easily erased.
Actually.
The one we have brought, if you attempt to go and erase it, I don't know which chemical you will use, but you probably will want to cut your finger. Yeah. And even if you do that, how will you go back to say you're going to vote? Because this is biometric voter roll. It's clean. All the people who attempted to vote more than once, they will flag up, and they will be at the list of double or multiple registrant is at the back of the final registration roll, and our people are trained to make sure that list is there. So people who succeeded, because when we started the voter registration, we were not online. We had not synchronized. Synchronized meaning to put all the data together at the same time, so that people who could come here at LBS, for example, and register, and then go to Juba and register, they could be popped up immediately because we're not online for certain reasons. Not known to us. So when we put all the data online, all the information came out. Oh, John Brown did it here, did it there. Some people went as many as 20 times just to test the system, and everything came out. So now we put them one side. We took only the first one, the first place that they register. And they were, because the law said we should not deny them, even though the government is supposed to punish them. Okay? we should not deny them their right to vote. So the first place they register those people are the place that they're supposed to go and vote. You go to any other place, they will take out your name and say, you are one of the people who was TB.
Wow.
You understand? You are one of the persons. They will show it to you because it's at the back of the final registration roll. They will show it to you. So once you finish your voting, they will ink this your finger before you even put the ballot paper in the box. There are some people who sometimes say, from my experience, nobody put the ink on me. Meanwhile, you have marked your ballot. No. You have to be inked. You will have to be inked. Okay? And
Before you leave that voting roll.
Before even you put it in the box, they put the ink. When you come from behind the book, they put the ink on your finger, your thumb, your thumb behind in the critical they call it, and then before you put your ballot, the presidential ballot, in the presidential box, they send the ballot in the Senate box, and the representative ballot in the representative box.
Okay.
Then you leave from the polling and the vicinity of that place completely. Tomorrow is not campaign day. Absolutely do not carry any campaign posters or flyers or any
t-shirt or
t-shirt or sticker, whatever. Do not carry around there.
Anybody who does that will be disqualified or will not be allowed to?
No, we will just tell you to carry bike from the area before we allow you to vote. But we encourage you don't carry around it because it can cause confusion.
Okay. Now, so after the voting is done, Mr. Cole, up to 6 o'clock, what happens then? What happens next?
So at 6 o'clock, like I said, the queue controller will get at the back of the line. Everybody in line at that time, if there will be anybody, will vote. When that is done, there is a process called reconciliation of the ballot. Reconciliation meaning there were a certain number of ballot papers carried to that center in the morning. Usually, it's especially in this specific case, is 550 ballot papers carried. And about the sealed number of the ballot papers were taken, and that's why I say party candidate agents should be there early. Because when the pool is being opened, why they will read the sealed number of everything, and you will take everything and they will count everything. They will show you that this is what we receive. And you got to take note.
Okay.
You take your note, and then before even they set the ballot box down, they open it and turn it upside down and show it to you, even though it's transparent. And they tell you, say, this is the ballot box that the ballot will go in. And before they close that ballot box, there's something that we call the seal of the ballot box, the slot. They read the number to you. You take it to tell you that in the evening before we call it, to open the ballot box, we go to again read it so you can compare it with what we have recorded.
So when they're reading it, you got to document.
You got to write it down.
Okay.
So you write it down, and then in the evening, when the vote is cast, and they will leave the ballot box closed, and they will say, okay, this morning we received 550 ballot papers. We want to account for it, for everything, before we know how much is in the ballot box. You understand? So now, in accounting for that, first they look at how much of this, because 550, it will be like the ballots are in 50 pieces, 50 pieces in one bunch.
Okay.
50 pieces. So the 550 will be 11 bundles, right? So how many bundles were completely used? Because of 50, 50, 50. Let's assume you use like 8, which will be 400. Then the 9th one, you didn't complete using it. So they check how many of that 9th one was used. So they check it. So in the end, okay, they say, okay, in total, the ballot paper that we did not use is maybe 200 okay, let's just say 200. The total that we didn't use at all, okay, is 200. You understand? Now they say, do we have any? There's something we call discarded ballot.
Okay.
Discarded ballot, that there are some people who can go behind the screen and say, me the ballot, I want to just drop it, just pull it like this and drop it somewhere. The presiding officers are trained to always be on the alert to check in the polling places if they see any paper that they take and open it. Maybe that ballot, because that ballot is security sensitive.
Surely.
So they take it. If there is a discarded ballot, meaning torn on the floor or misplaced ballot or something, they take it. You have to account for that.
Wow.
There's also another one they call spoiled ballot. When the ballot spoiled, meaning that the person maybe went behind the screen, and then while they were marking their ballot, they made mistake. The person they're supposed to mark, they didn't mark that person. Or maybe some ink spill on the ballot. Then they have the right to come back outside and go back to the ballot paper issuer, and the presiding officer will be there and say, my ballot spoiled, please give me another one. We also account for that.
Okay.
When you account for everything that's supposed to be outside the box, then you say, with this outside the box taken away from the 550, it is expected that this much is in the ballot box. That's what they call reconciliation.
Okay.
You reconcile the ballot received in the morning and the ballots that is available in the evening and the ballot that's supposed to be in the box before you break the seal on the box. You understand me? So then you will determine, say, it is expected that we have 400 ballot papers in the ballot box before you break the seal. And before you break the seal, you read the seal numbers that you read in the morning, the slot numbers that you read in the morning. And then they will compare with that what they took in the morning. You understand?
To determine what is this.
Then when you break the seal, that's the reconciliation you've done. Then you do sorting. Sorting meaning you put the ballot paper down and then you put the name, you got name tag for all the candidates that's supposed to be in that center, in that polling place. You put their name tag on a table and then spread it. You take one, you say Sobo George. You put it to Sobo George name tag. You take another one, you say John Peters. You put it to John Peters until you can't, you take everything out, and you are doing it face down. When you are done, before you can count. When you count Sobo George, you write it down. Okay?
So all that will be done in the presence of the observers and the
all the observers and party agents will be there. That's why we say our system. I always allay the fears of people. The Election Commission is a professional entity that the system that is built does not allow cheating. Okay? It doesn't allow cheating. And we who are there, we know what is at stake. Okay? And we mind that system so much that some of us will be in the field tomorrow supervising. We will be the election, the entire commission, the entire secretariat will be deployed tomorrow.
Okay.
We're not going to interfere with the process, but we'll just be monitoring the process from room to room to make sure that the right thing is being done. Okay? So I can assure the Liberian people that your vote will count.
Okay. Now, so after all the sortings and all of that, and you've done the counting, when do we expect the neck, pasting on the walls for people to see?
So when the counting is done, and the presiding officer, there's something they call the presiding officer worksheet. He does all his arithmetic in the worksheet. Okay, someone George got so much, the person got so much. Okay, all the candidate got so much, and we got so much invalid ballots, for example. And then you do your total issue. Everything should match with what was in the ballot box. Okay, once you do that, you transfer that to what we call the record of the count. The record of the count it got carbon copies. Okay, it got 5 copies. So the first copy is the election result that go into some kind of envelope. They call it temper evident envelope. Temper evident envelope, meaning there's no way you can open it without spoiling it. There's no way you can open it without spoiling it.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the one that the electoral supervisor will come and pick up and carry to the office, to the ministerial office. Now, another one, the second one is given to the person who won the highest votes in that polling place. A third one is given to the second person, the second highest winner in that polling place. Then the next one is pasted on the wall. You understand? For everybody to go and take their information from there. You want to snap it, you want to do what? That's it. Another one is put in the ballot box. Okay? For our backup record.
Okay.
You understand? Now, all the candidates will have that in their hands when they go the next day to the magisterial office where the tally is being done. You have it in their hand, and then the magisterial office will start will carry the record of the count there where they will tear that envelope from on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't open it without spoiling the envelope. So they tear it, and everybody, the agents of the party are also there with their own records in their hand.
Okay.
And then we got reading officer, and then we also have the clerk. Of course, there are people there who receive those records. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is that the tally will be projected on a big screen for everybody to see, so that your record in your hand and what is in the record of the count from that particular center will be compared while they are putting it in the machine, in your full view, on the projector, for it also to be seen it on the computer screen.
At the magistrate office.
At the magistrate office.
Okay.
It is when they finish, they print it out again for agents of political parties and agents of independent candidates. They will say, in that A here, from last night to this morning, that A here, we want you to sign before we send it to headquarters for announcement.
Okay.
And we also print copy and put it on the wall at the ministerial office. So the results are actually announced at various levels. First at the polling place, second at the ministerial office, and then now finally by the board of commissioners, which is the official result.
Okay.
At the next headquarters.
Now, the next question: after all of that is done, you finally send the results to the commission's office. Tomorrow is the poll, October 10. When do you expect NEC to announce the first results?
Let me just announce that beginning today, 4:30. The commission will hold a daily press conference every day.
Okay.
Up to the final announcement of the result, 4:30 every day. As I leave here, I run into the office. We want to make sure that the chair is ready by 4:30 to do one press conference. Tomorrow, 4:30, there will be another one. On 11, 4:30, there will be another one every day.
Is it during that press conference?
I can't tell. If we get some results, no matter how small, before 4:30 on Wednesday, it will be announced. And every day we'll do progressive announcement. Okay? But I can't tell you for sure whether Wednesday will announce result, because we need to get results to announce them.
Based on or according to your work order or your plan, your operational plan, Mr. Cole, we go to the poll on October 10.
Yeah.
When do we hear NEC announcing the final results? How long does that take? 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year? When do we end that?
The law is clear on that. The law gives us 15 days in which in 15 days we should announce the result.
The final result.
And by the grace of God, we'll do that. Okay? It could be early. It must be within the 15 day.
You're not going to
But
exceed.
what I can assure you is that the commission knows the sensitivity of politics and election, especially when it comes to announcing result. And we will not do anything to procrastinate.
So within 15 days, we should be hearing the final results.
Yes, within 15 days. That's what the law says.
And you go by the law.
We will go
Nothing
by the-
going to make it to circumvent the law in any way.
No way.
You listen to the SMS. Okay, before we open the lines, based on the records you have, Mr. Cole, how many observers, observatory missions we do have in country? Out of foreign or because I'm sure they will have to go through your office to register themselves so that you know how many of them are in country.
Let me tell you, I've been in election for almost 20 years now. The interest in this election from observation groups and especially the international community, even our local observer groups,
It's very high.
is unprecedented.
Wow.
It has never happened here. As I speak, we have accredited more than 15,000 observers.
More than
Of
15,000.
that number, we got more than 1,000 international observers already in the country. All the hotels around here are fully booked, and more are coming. That's how much interest the international community and the Liberian people have in this election. And we are very particular as a commission about that. We are keen about that to make sure that we do the right thing. And that's exactly what we are doing. Yeah.
Any word so I can open the lines quickly? Well, open the lines because I don't have people
I would
want to-
really appreciate to take as many questions.
Okay.
as I can.
0776-540-987. Again, 0776-540-987. That's the number to call. It's an alternative line. Don't call this number after this program. Please don't call this line after this program. I'm just a national to you so that you can participate. Please, I beg you. It's an alternative line. Or better still, 0880-514-096. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm okay, sir.
Yeah, my name is Moses Kifli, man. I come from Bangor Function.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, my question here is because the ballot papers are going to be divided into three, right? Those three papers, are they all of the same colors or they will be into different colors as to go by the description on the ballot box?
Okay, Mr. Cole said that earlier, but you again reiterate. Let's take this other caller. Good morning. Yes, good morning, sir. Oh, this caller is not on. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Papa.
Yes, sir.
The ballot paper we have like on the presidential, we have like 20 candidates. Hello?
Go ahead.
We have a 20 candidate running, and people always discussing about number. Why it is that the number is not appearing on the paper? We need have picture. Let's assume I want to vote for somebody, but I don't know the picture, but I can know the number. Why it is that the number is not appearing? And sometimes they tell us to go and vote on number 11, number 2. Why it is that the number is not appearing?
Okay, the man will answer that. He's taking notes. You answer all those questions. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay.
My question has to do with if I'm a party observer, am I allowed to carry phone within the city center?
Okay. He's taking notes. You'll respond to your concerns before he leaves. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, this call is not really. Let's take this other this line. Okay, let's go back to this line currently. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. George.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Bezaki Smith. I took up on Harbour, Maryland County.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I pray that my question falls in the compound of the video guest deliberation. But my question is, I registered in a particular district, and then I was assigned to another place. I'm out of vote for representative there, or even if I left from here to Monrovia, where I register in Maryland County, I'm out to vote for president in that conference by myself.
As soon as what?
As soon as what? As soon as what?
No, the first question is like if I'm assigned to somewhere as maybe a networker, that's the first question. But if I went for a vacation like in Monrovia and then the election meets me there, I'm out to vote for maybe a particular person in that area, and who is the person I have to vote for?
Okay, Mr. Cole will respond to that. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's hear from you. Oh, this caller is not ready. I can't keep the call on the line. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
This is Marcus calling from Lima United.
Let's hear from you.
Yes, Marcus, after the title is done and the result is placed on the wall and it drop police places, is there be any teaching that result when it appear at the municipal office on the database?
Okay. The question will be answered. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, and let me say good morning to your guests. My name is Delaney. I'm Ishmael J. Delaney. Yeah, so of recent there have been a lot of controversy on issues relating to electoral matters. Specifically, we have a biometric card, but we were told, or there's a speculation that we would not use a biometric system, but rather the same manual system. But then the card would not be bull. I would like for you to talk about that. Another thing is that in terms of the electoral timetable, we want to know yesterday the situation that happened in Ghana's whether if election commission approved of two parties to launch at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning, Sobo, and good morning to the country of Nigeria. My name is Abraham Political Mojosetu, and I call from the most talked about people this morning. But let me appreciate you for inviting our people from the National Election Commission. I think this information coming from the commission is important. I want to ask a question. I served as a party observer 2017 election abroad. President John Manuel, we had to call as citizen observer. I observed that one because I have you're a bad person, disabled people. When they go to vote, they have one person who continue to carry them behind the Bible to go vote. And I observed that I raised that concern. They put the National Election Commission and listen to me. They said that no, one person cannot carry one person because I observed that. I think a calculator plan to say, oh, all of you come to one era, we just be carrying you, but we don't know who they were voting for. So, what a mechanism the Election Commission put into place to see how they can resolve that matter.
Okay. Many things. So in the meantime, the concerns are so many. Let me allow Mr. Cole to respond to these ones. If time permits, we'll continue with the phone calls. But at 10 o'clock, we should be joining our outside broadcast team at the Supreme Court, where that body will be opening today. Our outside broadcast team is already there. So at 10 o'clock, we should be joining them. But let me go back to Mr. Cole.
Okay, so let me just run through the question and concern quickly. So the colors of the ballot, we talk about that. The presidency will be having red stripe, the Senate blue stripe, and the representative green stripe.
Okay.
No matter appearing on the ballot paper, we expect that everybody who is going to vote will be able to count from 1 to 20, especially for the presidency.
Okay.
And for other levels of the election, you should be able to count. So that's why when you see people saying no matter this, no matter that, it's because they have counted from the top to a certain number. Okay? So it's because the ballot is such that if you put too much information on the ballot, it will be too large and it confuses people. But it's expected that from 1 to 20, even if that it is in your dialect, you're able to count that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we don't think that should be a problem. So, like I said, I clarified that the Election Commission did not say that you should not carry your phone around the polling place. You can carry your phone with you, but when you go to mark your ballot behind the screen, there where you are not supposed to carry a camera phone or camera.
Okay.
That with the intent of taking your marked ballot. Okay, so as an observer, you can carry your phone. Okay, You can carry your phone as an observer because you will not be carrying it behind the voting screen. Okay? So registration in one place and then you are assigned in other place. If you register in one place and you are assigned by the Elections Commission in another place, or you are a driver of, for example, International Observer Organization, or you are the police that is deployed, you can, depending on where you are assigned, because the whole nation, for example, is one constituency for the presidency.
Okay.
So if you register in Mosirado and you are assigned or working for the elections that day in Lofa, you can vote only for the president. If you register in Mosirado and you register in District 1 and you are assigned in District 10, you can only vote for the president and the senator, because in that case, the Senate, the whole county is a constituency for the Senate.
Okay.
But if you register somewhere in your own district where you you are assigned somewhere in your own district where you register, you can vote for all three. But if you are just on ordinary assignment, your own assignment, and then you register in Grand Juda and you are in Monrovia, you will not vote, because the law says you can only vote where you register.
Okay.
Okay. Then another thing we talk about, can the result be changed along the way? No, the result cannot be changed. I think we dwell on that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you not bringing the VR card? We said that it's a biometric voter card. It's a machine readable card. It got biometric feature that when you keep blowing it up election after election, it will spoil.
Okay.
And those are permanent voters card. It also has security features. We got so many other ways to make sure that people don't vote more than once. In the first place, we will be checking you as you vote, and the representative of the candidates and political parties also already have copies of the final registration roll. So they will be sitting there and looking at us. So nobody is appearing on that roll more than once. So there's no way that you will vote and come back to vote. Absolutely no.
Okay.
Okay. Then we got visually impaired. We got tactile ballot card that they could use. If they are able to use it, that means that it's a sleeve that will put the ballot inside, and you can check it like that by touching it. Okay, you can use that. But not only visually impaired, there are people who are old and fragile. Mm-hmm. You can, and they actually express that they are not able to vote by themselves. Okay. They can carry somebody to help them. But each vote, and that person has to be a voter, and they can only help once. Absolutely, no election worker is allowed to help anybody to vote.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, those are the things I have here. The question I have, I said we.
Okay, so we take two more calls. We take two or three more calls, and then we'll wrap it up quickly. Let's see where we can take this call quickly. 0776 540 987. That's the number to call. 0776 540 987. Let me take this call on this line. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, let me take this caller quickly. This caller is on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. George. How
Yes,
are you doing?
I'm okay. Quickly.
Yeah, this is Angel Malema Morris. I'm the district coordinator of the Unity Party. I must first of all appreciate you for being very thoughtful by having one of the commissioners from the National Elections Commission. So a lot of information has been provided this morning, and we are urging our people to actually implement these instructions when they go to the ballot box.
Okay.
Now, I just want to talk to the commissioner in studio. I don't know if it's a commissioner or what position he holds at the neck. Democracy is in their hands at this point. The peace of Liberia is in their hands. So they should ensure that sincerity is actually applied in the entire process. That is all I have to say this morning.
Okay. Many thanks. Let's take this call on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Quickly.
Yes, about this is Lauren Boko calling you from the vacant where this number 2 this morning about. When you follow the video, guys, let me just appreciate him so much with the very training we were doing the video. Like, no doubt, the only thing we urge the Liberian citizens to go with peace tomorrow so that we can let our lead the country with a very peaceful manner. Thank you so much, video guys, for your effort this morning. Thank you.
Okay, this last caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, my attention have to be drawn to, let's see, the marking of the papers. Hello?
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, the marking of the papers. I want to know, after marking the paper with my city, I don't know how to do the checking. I don't know how to use my pen. So I use my thumb to check, to vote for the candidate I wish to. How am I going to fold it, or how long does the ink take for it to get dry?
Okay, that's all. Mr. Cole, you can just respond to those concerns and wrap it up quickly. So we have to go to the Hausa broadcast team here.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, somebody asked earlier that the bowing of the car, I think that's something we talk over.
Yeah, sure.
And then somebody asked, why are we not doing machine voting? You know, to change, the reason why we did the biometric voter registration to have a clean roll. Liberian people who've been following elections for the past 6-7 years, they know how much problem we have with that manual system, the voter roll. So we plan to change it, and we have changed it. That was the main reason to have a clean roll. In the future, we might decide to add other features, like maybe bringing in verifier to verify on election day and those kinds of things. Okay. But those are things that we'll plan for. Somebody talk about our sincerity. Yes, I can commit to you that the Elections Commission is sincere, and we will do the right. I think I said that repeatedly.
Yeah, sure.
We know what is at stake, and we are bent on making sure that we do the right thing. Somebody talk about how to fold the ink that you use to mark. That ink takes few seconds. I didn't say minutes, so few seconds to get dry. It's made particularly for that purpose. So by the time you put your finger there, by the time you lift it up before you even turn your back, it's dry before you go outside. Okay. So it's no problem.
Mr. Samuel B. Kohler, thank you very much for taking time off a busy schedule this morning.
Thank you so much. And again, we assure Liberian that the Elections Commission is prepared. We are ready. And by the grace of God, all will be well.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cole is the Deputy Education Director for Administration at the National Elections Commission. He's also the Chairman for the Strategic Communications Committee for 2023 elections.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deputy Executive Director, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We really appreciate your time. So you see, ELBC brought it to you this morning. Like we said, tomorrow we'll bring you a play-by-play descriptions on both radio, television, and online. We'll have our team of well-trained reporters will be out there, cameramen trying to pick up and capture every meaningful scenes, and then we bring it to your doorsteps. So please join us tomorrow. God willing, there's no second chance for first impression. Thanks to Melvin Stewart and Damo